My name's Kirstie. I am a young carer. I care for my mum. The event today is at Waterside Campus. It's called Tea and Talk. It's just raising awareness and raising money for mental health charities, and just to start those conversations really, that everyone struggles at some point, and that's important, that you matter. I have been a young carer for the past, 10 to 12 years, quite a long time. I look after my mum. It's just my mum and I. We haven't got anybody else. It's hard to do it alongside uni, but I wanted to be here, and obviously I can't just suddenly stop being a young carer. It doesn't go away. So my mum's probably been ill for the majority of my life, but it was sort of undiagnosed and I was too young to know what was going on really. My mum wasn't able to do anything. She didn't know how to pay the bills, she didn't know how to put petrol in the car, she didn't know how to get money out of an ATM. She became quite unwell quite quickly, quite paranoid, and then using alcohol as a way to cope, I guess, which then meant everything came down to me because she was the only adult in the household. I was at school at that time, obviously. I then went and did my A-levels. Not much had really changed. Not much has really changed to this point, actually, if I'm honest. But it was that point. I took a year out after my A-levels. It took me an extra year to complete my A-levels as well. Then I took a year out. I wanted to come to uni, I just didn't know if it was possible. But then I spent that year doing jobs in the garden centre, working as a Christmas elf, working on an ice rink, and just things where I thought, I don't want this for myself. I don't want to do this forever. I have decent A-levels. I could go to uni. If I was in any other situation, I would be there already. I had no social life at all. At all. I would get into college or school really early because I'd need to get homework done. I couldn't get it done at home. I needed to study. I couldn't get that done at home. Just to get some support in some areas as well. Not necessarily saying that I'm looking after mum, but just actually I wanted someone to talk to, like an adult who could give me that emotional support or any support really. I think it's hard to have friends as a young carer. It's really hard. I'll be really honest, I've had some very long admissions to psychiatric wards, probably not entirely because of my caring role, but that's had a big impact. I was in hospital for 10 months for anorexia. I struggled with self-harm, anxiety, depression, and I think that is a big chunk of that was my home life. It's having to live two lives, that at uni I could be together and I can just, no one would know. You kind of have this facade, I guess, and then I'll go home to chaos and to mess and to days where my mum doesn't recognise me and doesn't know who I am and doesn't trust me. And again, it's that not being able to talk about it because it's not acceptable, or you don't necessarily want to go into it. I guess I feel that pressure not to let people know almost where I've come from in some ways. As a younger child, you do experience the sort of bullying, my mum was that crazy lady, and that's not okay, but I don't want that to happen here, and I've almost had a fresh start.